Hello everyone, the Water Magister here. Brand new week, the element of water. We're going to be going over certain subjects revolving around habits and habit shifting. As you can see, I'm in my wizard attire. This was gifted to me by my friend Navi. I feel like Mickey Mouse with Fantasia, I think it's called. But yeah, let's get into habits, habit shifting, ways that we can break out of cycles, patterns. So the very first thing that I've found in my reality is creating something in the morning, a ritual, a routine that you're going to follow. And I'll share with you my own personal ritual that I do. And you could utilize this or not, it's up to you. So the first moment that I wake up, I sit upright and I straighten my back. I close my eyes and I take a deep inhale into the nose, exhaling out the mouth. Deep inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. Next deep inhale, holding for 10 seconds, and then exhaling out the mouth afterwards. These are grounding breaths. You're grounding yourself in, grounding your body. And then once that occurs, I do a thing called pranic tube opening, which I didn't know the name of that until I read a specific book, and I was doing it intuitively without knowing that it was an actual thing. So we have this thing called the pranic tube, and if you use your thumb and index finger and make a circle, it is the size of that circle, and it goes from above the top of the head through the entire body, a straight cylinder, all the way down through the root. And having that knowledge, and you can research this, just type in pranic tube on Google, but knowing that that is a part of your energetic body is pretty awesome to know, because with that knowledge, when you have your eyes closed in the morning, you place your awareness on the pranic tube and you visualize it opening like a flower, and source consciousness or source coming in through the top of the head, flowing through the entire body, the hands going down the feet, and then grounding itself in the heart. Then you do the same with the root, the bottom portion of the pranic tube. So you place your attention and focus on the root, the end of the pranic tube, and you visualize a flower opening and all of the energy of the earth coming up in through you, flowing all the way up to the top of the head, merging and creating a combination of the energy in the heart. And once I visualize that happening, I place my attention and awareness on my shoulder blades in between the back. And this may sound funny to some of you, but I recommend just playing with this idea, and everything that I share on this channel is just for you to play with and see how you feel from it. I'm not here to share things that may detriment you. I'm wanting to share information based on my experience. So what I do is I place my awareness on the shoulder blades, and I visualize wings expanding on both sides. And those wings, once they expand, I visualize them moving forward and then backwards, forward, backwards, forward, backwards 3 times. And the way that I visualize wings, I feel like everyone actually has wings, energetic wings, I guess you could say. And I feel that everyone has it because I think that they are the bellows of our heart. And what is a bellow? A bellow is, if you know about blacksmithing, they would have these furnaces, and they would use this fan that had a tip at the end, and you would use the fan and you would blow more air into a furnace to make it hotter. I feel that wings have the same capability, where when they move forward and back, they're actually sending and expanding your essence, your heart, in all directions. So it's like you're using your wings to expand your aura, expand your field. And I do that every morning 3 times. And then once I do that, I say out loud the following phrases. I am love, I am light, I am peace, I am joy, I am abundance, I am abundant, I am power, I am grace, I am worthy, I am truth, I am free. And I thank myself for living. I thank myself for choosing to live another day. And then I go into my affirmations. more affirmations. I am the water magister, wise, dedicated, deliberate, humble, strong, compassionate, confident, and I travel the world while standing in my inherent abundance. I mastered the elements as I mastered my emotions, inspiring others to access their greater hidden potentials. So by me declaring that out loud, sometimes I like to play with the tonality of it so that I can feel chills or the hairs stand on my arm. And that's essentially what you're aiming for, is you'll know that you're saying these affirmations in a correct way when you actually feel it reciprocated in your body, and your body is giving those chilling sensations. So with that habit, or with that exercise, then I visualize 6 balls of light surrounding my body. The 4 that surround my torso, they all represent a certain element. And the one above represents source consciousness, the one below represents Gaia. And then I connect them all using light going from the front to the top, the right to the top, the left to the top, and the back to the top. And I connect basically all the balls of light with strands of energy. So that I developed that habit over a period of many years. So when you want to start creating new habits for yourself, maybe start writing it down right now. What does your ideal morning look like? Maybe you do some breath work in the morning, maybe you do exercise in the morning, but write it down and write down the steps in which that you would do them in. And then when the day comes, look at the list and then start going through them one by one. And something that I personally have noticed is when I make lists, or I know something that I have to do, and I'll sit there and I'll look at the lists and I'm like, and I'll start getting in my head about shit, and I'll make a decision to move quickly and then quickly move to that particular item on the list. And the reason why I move quickly is because in that instance, when you're hesitating or when you're procrastinating, if you don't move quickly, you'll convince yourself and change your mind to not do it. So I found that making a list of things, and then come the morning when you're getting ready to do it, you may get stuck, like, oh, I don't want to do it. Very quickly, wherever you are, either stand up, change the pattern, stand up. When you change the pattern, just start jumping up and down, moving the body, and then sit back down and perform the task of what it was that you had written down in the first place. So that is how I start my morning. And then you can include other things on top of that, like drinking a cup of water in the morning, setting intention into the water. There's many different things that you can add on to that specific habit. Now, going further into habit shifting, I have recently come out with a program called the Wizard's Apprentice program that revolves around the 5 elements. And I'm going to scoot over one direction because I'm going to put some, where's my finger? There it is. I'm going to put a box right here that is going to show what the program looks like on your phone, and then what the pamphlet looks like. So going into this particular program, before I show it here, it's based around the 5 elements: earth, wind, water, and fire. Or earth, wind, water, fire, and spirit. And each element will have a certain exercise that you do based on the element. So it could be body movement, it could be breath work, meditation, whatever it is, but there's certain meditations that are pertaining to those elements. And you get notifications on your phone when you set up reminders, and it turns it into like a video game. So you have a character, like an avatar, and when you have these daily quests, like these tasks to do, which will help you ingrain habits and shift a lot of different things, you mark it off as if you've done the quest or you've completed the exercise, and you get in-game experience points, in-game currency, and you can buy items in the game. You can also buy reward systems. and it's kind of like a new age Tamagotchi, where you have a character and it can die if you don't do your practices, if you don't do your meditation practices, if you don't do your body movements. And then you also have the ability of adding your own habits onto there. So now I'm going to bring up that here. So here the first thing you're going to see is on this section is habits. So habits are essentially all of the different things that you want to ingrain and do each day, multiple times a day if you have the opportunity to. And you'll notice that there is a plus sign on the left of each habit, and there's a minus sign. So when you see the plus sign and minus sign, when you complete the habit, you hit the plus sign. But if you forget to do so, or if you at the end of the day you check in with the app, you would hit the minus sign, and it deducts HP points. Now moving on to the dailies, here you'll see that there is certain tasks that you only have to perform one time each day, and these are you would look at these essentially like a quests that you get to go on each day. So for me, you'll see that there's watering the plants. Week 1 is my DMT breath for 20 minutes. Another one is studying for light beings work. Another one is doing candle gazing. So, and each of these is color coded based on how often you're performing them. So you'll know what you get to improve on. So for me, my study light beings work for 30 minutes is red. Well, it was red, but now it's shifting to orange, because you'll see at the bottom right there's two little arrows that says 2. That is your streaks, how many times that you've actually done it. So it'll turn from red to yellow to green and then to blue. Blue is when you are doing it consecutively each day. Now moving on, here you'll see where it says to-dos. These are just to-dos that don't necessarily take your HP away or your health away when you don't complete them. Dailies, if you don't complete them, you get deducted HP points or health points each time you don't do it each day. And to-dos are just little tasks that are to complete each day, but it won't harm your character. And then on the far right, you'll see a reward system. These are rewards that I've set up so that when you complete your other tasks, your habits and dailies, and you get your in-game currency, which is the gold at the top right corner, you have the ability of either buying items for your character, or you can purchase one of these packages where you would get a 30-minute sound healing, a 30-minute guided meditation, and the only way to get in-game gold is to perform your tasks. In-game gold is not purchasable by real money. You have to perform your tasks to get to this state. So here now you'll see that my character name is the Water Magister. My level is 35. My avatar is right there. And you'll see that I have a mount and a secondary pet. Here you'll notice that my party members, where my party members are, under group and the Water Magister apprenticeships, this is my back end of where I have all of the tasks to assign to people. So it's my responsibility to assign you the specific tasks so that you can see it on your phone, and then you can set up the reminders of when that you want to perform these, or what time of day you want that to pop up on your phone so that you're reminded to do so. And then here where it says party is where you get to fight monsters or bosses. You fight monsters or bosses so that you can get newer items, more currency, more experience. And then under inventory, under stable, this is where you have all your pets. You have, here I am hatching a particular pet and hatching some more pets. And these are all the pets that I've hatched already because I've been playing for a while. And you have your gold at the top right and gemstones at the top right, which you can also use to purchase items. So that's the app. Now another thing that I'm going to be showing is the package of what you're sent in the mail when you want to sign up for this program that I started based on the 5 elements. So here you'll see all of the pages. There's 39 pages currently for the basic package, which it goes into detail about each of the meditation practices that you'll be performing for these 5 weeks. Included is peer calls each week to hold yourself accountable so that we can go over what we can improve on from the previous weeks, and to give you more insight. And there's worksheets on there as well, so if you don't want to use the phone app, you don't have to. There's worksheets within the package as well. And then next, here we go. You have this awesome journal that I am partnering up with. This journal is called the Meditation Sidekick Journal. So I'm going to show it here, but you'll be seeing it right there. So this Meditation Sidekick Journal, it's an awesome way to further build habits on meditation. So you have certain questions that's going to ask you, like the why, what's your why for doing this, what's the what for doing it, the how are you going to implement it, and it goes through phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and it takes you through each exercise. It asks you questions. It has a bunch of information. For example, like day 15 says food for thought, and it says for a plant to grow, whatever intelligence is alive in the seed has to literally break open the seed to allow for something new and beautiful to appear. For the very small plant to grow any bigger, it has to break through its existing surface in order to grow bigger and taller. So it goes into further information about what this food for thought is, and it gives you different quotes. It gives you, today I will meditate at so-and-so time for at least so-and-so time, one specific way in which mindfulness improved my day, and there's an underline there. So this is essentially a workbook that you receive, and you get to practice different affirmations with this, and it's a good journal to have and log your progress, maybe even in conjunction with the program that I started with the app. So all of these I'm showing you so that even if you want to pick one of them or all of them, they can assist you in developing greater capacities of meditation and holding yourself accountable. So the very first thing to hold yourself accountable and build habits is the choice. When are you finally going to choose that each day I'm going to take time out of my day to focus on my well-being, to focus on my thoughts, to focus about how I feel? And all of these tools that I just mentioned are there to assist you with that. So I'm going to center myself again here. I hope that you were able to absorb anything from this particular video. I'm going to provide links below in this video for the Meditation Sidekick Journal. If you're interested in purchasing it, go to the link below. There's also the link for the Wizard Apprentice program, and just because it has the word wizard in it doesn't mean that it is these far-fetched ideas that I'm sharing with you. The reason why I chose the word wizard apprenticeship is because I consider wizards masters of their reality. They are scholars. They are people who want to uncover more of the mysteries that are out there, and they are very disciplined in doing so. So this program is designed to keep you in that state of discipline and teach you different practices that are beneficial for you. So I hope that you took something from this, and I am very grateful that you took the time for this. Thank you so much, and have an awesome rest of your day.